Good morning. So Andy and I are off. It is Wednesday morning. We're headed to Denali National Park. We can see the beautiful Denali in the background. Right now there's some trees in the way, but when there's an opening, I'll turn the camera, see if you can see it. Andy's been taking photos along the way, so we'll get those shared. Yeah. So just to continue on from yesterday, we did not have a very good experience at the Princess Lodge Hotel, or whatever it's called. It's part of the Princess cruise ships. As we shared yesterday, we were learning something about the cruise ship mentality, if you will, the cruise mentality, I should say, Princess, as an organization, where they didn't have any rooms available or for people coming in. We talked about that last video. Well, this morning, they have a buffet breakfast, which is typical of cruises, even when they're motor coaching them around to these different hotels. And a buffet breakfast is $19, and which is more than a buffet breakfast would be. I'm going to turn the camera and I'll come back. I don't know if you can see that. No, I got it. Andy's trying to take some photos of this, but I just want to see you say it. So, get back to the commentary real quick while Andy's taking photos, is that the buffet breakfast, a couple of things. Number one, we had to wait 30 minutes for a table, which is unheard of in a buffet breakfast, because the servers don't do it. There's no need for servers. So that was interesting. And the second thing was, once we got our table, we come to find out that there's no eggs. And so the buffet breakfast basically consisted of some bacon, some sausage patties, and some old fruit. That was the buffet breakfast. So Andrew flagged, I believe, was the manager. I would say his title is Andy, probably. Yep, the manager, and we cornered him. Actually, Andrew grabbed him. We cornered him, and he said, "Well, you guys don't have to pay for breakfast." Well, that doesn't satisfy the situation, if you think about it, because, as I mentioned yesterday, this lodging is so remote and so contained, purposely done by Princess Cruise Lines, that there is no other place to get food except on their campus, which we were staying at. So now you've got folks that are not getting any breakfast, and they're hopping on the motor coaches to go for an hour-and-a-half ride to get to Denali, which is where we're going. All right, we made it. It was an hour-and-a-half drive from the Princess Hotel, the Denali Visitor Center. Beautiful how they got this all laid out. Look at that moose. We're going to walk down there. I'm going to walk down there. Beautiful wolf. I love wolves. These are the goats that we saw on the boat ride on Sunday. This past Sunday, the boat ride. They were way up on the mountaintops. Now you can see what they look like, because they didn't come through on the video from the boat ride. Very nice visitor center.
So that little pond I showed you with the moose in there, we have the frogs up in. So if they bury themselves in like their freeze, it can come like from April, May, about 3 weeks a year. Like the first week is really nice.
All right, so we just left the visitor center, which was very nice, as you saw. We had a very nice conversation with Kelly, the ranger. I should have videoed her. She was very nice, very informative. So she sent us down the hill here to this building to pick up some bear spray. Apparently this time of year, there's a pretty good potential of us seeing bears as we go on our hike, which is further down the road. We're going to go on a 4-mile hike. with some good elevation. It'll take us a couple hours probably. So we're going into this building here to get our bear spray just as a safety precaution. Okay, we left the Denali Visitor Center. Very nice as noted. You can see where we are, the beautiful mountains in the background. That's not actually Denali, but it's part of the range. The map that Andy's holding, this is where we were for the visitor center, and we have to drive around to get to this section of the map. And this is called, what's it called, Andy?
Mountain Vista Trail.
The Mountain Vista Trail, which was, what, 4 miles, right?
Yeah, yep.
4 mile trail. Warning about the bears.
They frequent this area. So we have to be alert, and we have bear spray.
Yeah, so as Andy noted, we did go down to the station. We rented bear spray, and as long as it's not utilized, which we're hoping we don't have to, you return it, and of course you get your money back because it's rented. I'm carrying it on my hip. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you're able to see that or not, but I'm carrying it on my hip here. Alright, so a quick update. We're actually on the wrong trail, which isn't a big deal. It's only about a mile loop. The Mountain Vista Trail is actually just a small loop, which is offering these beautiful views here. As you can see, as I do 360. What's interesting up here is we're a couple thousand feet elevation right now. And it's just like the plains of the Midwest. Very interesting with the mountains in the background, and there's a river which is over here on the right. So we're going to continue our loop, which is about a mile. Then we're going to get on to the trail that we're supposed to be on, which actually starts in the other direction. It actually heads that direction as I'm pointing right now, and that's 4 miles. So it'll be about a 5 mile hike today, which will be plenty. Okay, so we found the trail. It's actually off the side of this mountainous road. And we just parked off the side of the road here. That's our vehicle. And we're going to hop on the trail here. Here he is, fighting the jungle. All right.
The jungle.
Yeah, just a little view of walking through the woods here till we get to a clearing to get some more good shots. Just beautiful. The pine trees, as you can see, are quite different than back home. They're very sparse. They're not filled out. I don't know really what the right wording is, but you can see here in this tree clearly, as you look up, they're not full like back home. And all of them are like this. All right, we decided to take a break for a second because you've got a riverbed here flowing down, obviously from the mountains up there. I'll try to get around this tree branch. There we go. See off in the distance. See if I can zoom in a little bit. So just more beauty. Every turn we take is just more and more beautiful. Never get tired of it.
Nope.
Range back there. Again, here's the flowing riverbed. As we continue to climb up. So I decided to hop off the trail here so you can see this riverbed that we've been following. The trail basically follows it as we continue to head up the mountain. So we're stopping for a moment to catch our breath because you can't really tell at this right where we're standing, but we're just continually climbing. And it looks like a moose or a bear has been through here. As you can see, the bark is rubbed off this, I call it a pine tree. I don't know if that's the right name for it or not, but... So Andy and I are just admiring that steeple. It looks like just a big piece of mountain ledge up there. It's a very interesting shape to it. Hope the camera's getting it. And of course, just more beautiful scenery as we keep climbing up. We're walking across this obviously man-made bridge, which is very nice because we're several thousand feet up here. And you can see from the grass, it's almost like marshy grass, so we're guessing that they built this on the path for visitors in the springtime. This must be water flowing through here. It's very sturdy, very nice bridge. Alright, so we're taking another breather. Just to give a perspective, down there is the riverbed where we started, and the beginning of the video you might recall. Actually, we'd already climbed about probably 15 minutes. We got to the riverbed. So if you follow the riverbed along, I hope the camera picks this up. If you look closely, you can see it. And just about as far as you can see the riverbed, that's where we started. And we've been walking or hiking for over, we're probably an hour and a half, Andy, say?
Yeah.
All right, about an hour and a half, we think. And I wanted to give you some perspective about how high we're climbing. You can see that riverbed way down there. There's Andrew, our mountaineer guide for the day.
There's Ken, the rented mule, carrying all the weight.
That's right. I get to carry the camera and the backpack. I drew the short straw. But, yeah. I really hope these videos are coming out for you folks to see. It's just, as we continue to say, it's just remarkable. There's nothing else like it. Keep coming, excuse me. Keep coming. So that's an eagle. We call it a golden eagle. Went right over our head. Andy. All right, we're taking a quick breather as we're still climbing up. I believe the top is up there. You can see some folks ahead of us. People out on the trails have been very nice, actually. Turn the camera to see. There's been more people on the trail than I thought there would be.
Oh yeah.
There's been several people we've passed and chatted to, and the camera's probably picking up the wind. It is very windy up here. I would say like 20 miles an hour.
30.
30? All right, Andrew says 30. He's the meteorologist, so we'll go with that.
Turn your back and you'll feel it's probably even closer to 30.
Yes. So very, very what time is it, Andy?
2:16.
So we've been walking for over 2 hours, and we still have not reached the summit. Just to give you an idea on the type of hike we're doing today. And more to come. All right, here we are. We've made it to the top. Actually, there's an extension to the trail that goes up there, but we don't have the time, and frankly, we don't have the energy to do it. We've been hiking straight up this mountain for 2.5 hours, and this is where most people turn around and go back. So we have indeed made it. You can see the beautiful landscape. And that right there, that looks like a road in the video, is not a road. It's actually part of the riverside, the waterbed. Now, we've got a 2.5 hour walk back down the mountain. And I don't know if you can tell from the wind, you can see Andy blowing. It is gusting up here. He says 30 miles an hour. It could be even higher than that because at times it kind of moves you when you're walking. Very, very windy and very cold. It's freezing cold up here. With the wind chill, it feels like 0 degrees. It's freezing. All right, that's it. We'll update more later. All right, we just made it back. We're almost at the car. We're at the beginning of the trail. You can see the post here just for the Savage Alpine Trail, 4 miles. We actually walked 5 miles because it's 2.5 miles to the top, and then we turned around and came back the exact same way due to the wind. So we walked 5 miles, and the elevation, as you can see, is 1,250 feet elevation gain from where we are. I don't know what our elevation is here. It's not sea level. It's
33, 34.
All right.
100
Yep.
feet above sea level.
Yeah. So we were at the peak of this trail. Andy was noting that you add the two together, obviously, and we were roughly 3,200 feet above sea level.
Felt high.
I can tell you, as I tried to capture in the video earlier, with that wind and with the thinning air, it was tough up there.
Yeah.
It was tough up there, and glad that we experienced it. Headed off to our next adventure, which is ATV riding through the mountains, including barbecue dinner on the river. So we're looking forward to that, which will start in a few hours. All right, a quick update. Andy's taking a well-deserved rest over there. You can see the sign. This is the Savage River Campground, as you can read. Where it says mile 12.8, that's where we're standing right now, mile marker 12.8. So we're currently at an elevation of 2,780 feet. So you add the 1,200 plus on the climb, and we were standing at 4,000 feet above sea level on our hike. And now we're leaving Denali and heading over to Healy, Alaska. That's where the Denali Park Hotel is. And our ATV tour is also in Healy. We've arrived at our stay for this evening. It's called the Denali Park Hotel. It's actually an old motel. It's very small, kind of cute. The room is adequate. 2 queen-size beds and some necessities. So I'll turn the camera. So that's where we came from. That's called the Alaskan Mountain Range, and Denali Mountain is actually behind this range. You can't see Denali, but that range over there is where we were hiking. That's where we came from for our hiking. And what's interesting, turning too fast, is this locomotive passenger car actually is where registration and check-in is. The door is actually on the other side. You can go inside. It's an old, obviously, passenger trolley that was used on the Alaska Rail here. Found a Black Diamond Grill, and I think the ATV rides are over here.
Do you work here?
No.
Okay.
I'm waiting to eat now. I just finished the door.
All right, thanks.
Alright, so here's the ATVs. We'll just peek our head around. Oh, they're small. Be easy to ride. They're only 300s. Andy.
Yes, sir. Oh, speed, bro.
So when you got around here, I'm going to tell you about the lovely view. The whole place is right in through. And we could be for our last trip. Alright, so this is the closer view of the glacier moraine I talked about on the first stop. Yeah.
I believe that nature just sat here and dumped this much stuff.
Beautiful horses here. This is where we're stopping to eat.
No, we have to attend before, but 2 people didn't show up, right?
The horses will pull these carriages. They give these carriage rides here as well.
All right, let's.
Here's our group here, the ATVs. These are all the 2x2s that Hey, pal.